elite is in this room.
We are
The Commanders.
Action. What's going on out there, YouTube? I said, what's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Team Commanders? It's your boy, Hollywood Sports. What's going on, everybody? What's good? What's good? If you are new to this channel, thank you for clicking on this video and welcome to Hollywood Sports. Guys, in this video, we're going to find out and I'm going to tell you why, just like the title says, I'm going to give you the number one reason why we have not been a successful franchise in a long time. Okay. Now, it's going to equate to, you look at the title, right? You look at my screenshot right here, and I got some numbers covered up right now. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Most different starting quarterbacks since 2018. The most different starting quarterbacks since 2018. Okay. Now, are you guys ready to look at these stats? Look at the teams. Look at the teams, guys. Here we go. I'm getting ready to pull a shade. All right, here we go. Boom. Washington at the top of the list. 12 different starting quarterbacks since 2018. 5 years. If you count 18, 19, 20, 21, and the 22 season, 5 years, we have had 12 starting quarterbacks. And as you see on the list, you got Denver Broncos with 8, the Miami Dolphins with 8, the Indianapolis Colts with 8, and the Carolina Panthers with 8. That's a lot of starting quarterbacks, guys. And let me tell you something. Let me give you the answer right off the bat. The number one reason why we have not been a successful franchise is because we have not had a franchise quarterback. That's right. Let me say that again. The reason why we have not been a successful franchise is because we have not had a successful franchise quarterback. When you got 12 starting quarterbacks since 2018 in 5 years, that's not good. That is the key why we have not been a successful franchise. But let's break it down. Let's break it down, okay? Before we get into the 12 quarterbacks, and I'm going to name them, every single last one of them. I'm going to name them, guys. Let's look at it. Since 2018, we said that's 5 years, right? To 2022 season. Washington has made the playoff one time since 2018, and we did that in 2020 with Ron Rivera, right? The Tampa Bay Broncos, the Denver Broncos have not won a playoff game since 2018. The Miami Dolphins won one playoff game since 2000. Not one, but been to the playoffs. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. Been to the playoffs, made the playoffs. The Dolphins only made the playoffs one time in 2022 since 2018. The Colts, the Indianapolis Colts, has not made the playoffs since 2018. The Carolina Panthers have not made the playoffs since 2018 because they're the highest on the list as having the most starting quarterbacks since 2018. Are we on a trend right now? Are we on the trend of understanding why we have not been a successful franchise since 2018? Now, I want to get to something before we get to my good news. Now, let's talk about since 2018. Washington has had 12 different quarterbacks, right? Here we go. Alex Smith, Josh Johnson. Y'all remember these names? Colt McCoy, Mark Sanchez, Case Keenum, Dwayne Haskins, Kyle Allen, Taylor Heineke, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Garrett Gilbert. You probably forgot some of these guys, right? Carson Wentz and Sam Howell. They've all started a game for the Washington Commanders since 2018. 12 different quarterbacks. And we wonder why we have not been a successful franchise. When you look at successful franchise, do they have franchise quarterbacks? Of course they do. Of course they do. Okay? So my point to this whole thing is, guys, I think we have our franchise quarterback in Sam Howell. Okay? Every time he gets on the field, guys, he plays well. Very well. And for the first time starting last year against Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys, in the last game of the season on national TV, he shows out. He has a strong arm. He would have been a first round pick or second round pick, they said, in the NFL draft. But that last year he stayed. He played another year. He lost a lot of starters that went to the NFL, so his stats and ratings went down. So the vision of Sam Howell went down, and got drafted in the later rounds. And I'm glad we picked him up from North Carolina. Okay. So guys, this is positive news. I think Sam Howell is our franchise quarterback. When you read all the stuff they're talking about, all how the players' input, some of the reporters' input, people that seen him practice in minicamp, guys, they're saying he looks good. He looks like a starting quarterback. And I believe in him, guys. When you got a strong arm and can make all the throws, all he has to do, he's familiar with the receivers, of course, but all they have to do is put it together under Eric Bieniemy, man. And again, we keep saying we're on a new start. This is a new era. The team is sold now, right? They're talking about new stadiums. We got new uniforms and a new name. Man, we're in a perfect position. This is the year we got a great roster with a lot of depth. We got great coaches. And I think this is the time we're going to make the playoffs. I'm not saying we're going to make go to the Super Bowl, but I think the system that's in Washington right now, our Washington Commanders franchise system, from draftee to free agents to developing a roster, is in place. We got the depth. We got talent, of course, on defense and offense. We have the coaching. We finally got a great offensive coordinator. We got a defensive coordinator, a great defensive coordinator, guys. We got great assistant coaches. Ron Rivera is a great coach. Man, what's the problem? The problem is we needed a franchise quarterback, and now we got one. All those quarterbacks I named, they came in and did their best, guys. But they didn't stay consistent. They didn't stay the quarterback. We need a quarterback that's going to be here for years. And Sam Howell is young enough. He's only his second year in the NFL, going into his third year. He's in a perfect position to take over as a franchise quarterback of this franchise. Okay, guys, we are in position as a franchise right now. And I think we found our franchise quarterback. Look around. Look at the reports. Watch ESPN News. Go to websites. They're talking good things about my man Sam Howell. Okay? And I know he has to prove it on the field. And I know they're going to be bringing a lot at him. But, guys, they brought a lot at him in Dallas. And we know Dallas got one of the best defenses in football. They bring a lot at him, man. They throw blitzes at him. They try to disguise coverages at him. Now, Foster, one of our dynamic safeties coming up, he said they tried to fool Sam Howell all kind of coverages. And he knows exactly what he's looking at. Guys, I think this is it. We finally found our franchise quarterback. 12 quarterbacks, starting quarterbacks, and on this team since 2018 is ridiculous. It shows unstable. We're not stable. We're not consistent. That's why we're not winning. That's why we're not making the playoffs. That's why we're barely 500, a little bit below 500 every single year. We barely missed the playoffs the last 2 years. We're just not there yet. But now we got our quarterback guys. We got our receivers. We got the defense. I think it's time to get this ball rolling. Are y'all ready to get this ball rolling? Are y'all ready to get this ball rolling? All right, guys, let's do it. I'm Hollywood Sports. Thanks for watching. And hopefully I will see everybody on my next video.